Hello, my name is Alex, and welcome to Journeys Through Time, where I go through my experience in business life, my successes, my challenges, and the things I've learned along the way. In the previous episode, and rather I should say, firstly, welcome to episode 15. And if you've not seen me before, my name is Alex. And there have been a few episodes before this one. So please do like and subscribe to watch the journey so far. Be like a box set, eh? And if you're returning, welcome back. Now, in episode 14, I was explaining that, you can have too much information and too much noise and so many things can be going on in your head that it can really block your thinking patterns. And, this is a problem because, at the time, I was advised very strongly to stop my advertising and move into organic marketing. And it was a very confusing uh, period to have been in because I'd gone on it so, full on for so long that, you know, I needed really, what I really needed was to step back. And when things get too noisy in your head, you need the time to let the dust settle. And the thing I discovered after 5 or 6 weeks was I ended up chatting to a friend of mine in the same program, and he was already, a sales rep of long reputation, and he was telling me that, well, you can advertise for jobs through LinkedIn. And of course, I'd been, or rather, I have been a long time user of LinkedIn, and I'd always thought of LinkedIn as a glorified, CV, not really realizing that, since 2008, whenever it was I joined it, that, things had moved on somewhat in the previous 10 years. And so I did end up talking to other people about LinkedIn, and they were saying, that I could speak, I could use LinkedIn to talk directly to business owners without having to go through uh, gatekeepers that you would normally, um, you know, normally have to go via during the course of prospecting a business. So I thought, as I had been previously doing a sales type role, uh, without, 30 years of sales experience, I thought, well, could I find someone through job advertising on LinkedIn? And I spoke to my sales friend, and he said, well, why don't you put a job description together? I did. He got his partner, who was um, a lady who worked a lot in social media. She came up with a really good version, and LinkedIn were making an offer. They probably always make an offer, but it seemed like it was an offer to me of at least 3 days free advertising, normally £26 a day, apparently. So yes, I thought, well, let's do it. Let's see what happens. And the other thing about I learned during the setup program process of putting in an ad was that you could put in a lot of control questions, some that would be hidden to the potential, excuse me, candidates. Uh, and it reminded me a little of what I'd done manually when I'd hired freelancers when I was looking for writers and editors for my books. So I repeated that exercise. And the thing that I was really quite taken aback by was when I released the ad to LinkedIn, I literally had hundreds of applicants. And but fortunately, the pre-questionnaires that I filled in helped me reduce the list. And in the end, I interviewed about 8 people. And the thing that really impressed me was the quality of the candidates from all walks of life. The ones that I chose work mostly in hospitality, hotels, and I was quite surprised why they would apply for my job that I was advertising, because I was not able to offer them salaries or anything because this was a highly, um, how can I put it, prospective work to see whether a salesperson would work in a commission only environment. As it turned out, um, none of them were used to doing that kind of work. But it wasn't all negative at all because I got some really interesting feedback. I learned that uh, people who are not directly linked to travel are interested in travel per se, and that was part of the attraction or the lure of the job I was looking for. So that is what happened there. But um, this really continued into a further conversation that I had. And so, well, firstly, before I move on to the next juicy bit is, so what I learned from the process of hiring people is that it gave me the confidence that there is a genuine interest in travel, regardless of people's backgrounds. And it certainly gave me a much better understanding of the audience I should be looking for. Excuse me, got this cough that I can't get rid of. So roughly at that point, I had a conversation with a lady I'd been working with the previous year, and she mentioned indirectly mentioned in one of her posts a lady that she was already working with, or rather another organization. And it sparked my interest because this lady said she was an expert in LinkedIn and she only did meetings once a week. And it just so happened to be the next morning. So I thought, it's free, I'll go. I attended this meeting and the lady did her thing and there was interesting content. And blowing me, she mentions another name. Oh, I've got some associates. And the name she mentioned flagged up a memory because in the previous program I've been in, this gentleman had been a guest on their podcast. And it's funny how almost a year had gone by since I'd seen this person, but they'd obviously left an impression. Well, the impression they left me was if this is what sales reps sound like, gosh, but now I guess the message was different. I think it's true what they say that certain messages are they're only meant for you at a certain time and place in your journey. So, what was the significance of this? Well, it was really the answer I was looking for that I needed in the next step of my journey. I was in a state of readiness. And that is the subject of the next video. See you then.